What's up, podcast listeners? It's Andy, it's Drew, it's producer Robin, and we are back.
Yes!
With Casselberry's most exciting, engaging, I don't know if engaging, but it's exciting for us, podcast. For me. Sometimes the rest of us. We are the What's Up Casselberry podcast. We are a group of folks from Casselberry, Florida that love to have casual conversations about all things Casselberry. We love having great guests, funny, sometimes dad jokes, news, etc. And we've got a great guest today, Robin. I'm really excited about our guest. We were saying off air, this guest is very passionate about her organization, and we're going to learn more about her in just a little bit. But before we get there, Andy, Robin, welcome.
Drew, it's great to be with you again. I'm excited. We are coming to the end of July. The heat is in full heat mode.
They call it the dog days of summer.
The dog days.
Yeah.
Where does that phrase come from?
I don't know. I should know that, but I'm assuming it's just you're panting like a dog. Like,
yeah. Well, I won't. I mean,
so
if you don't
hot.
know the answer, I'm not going to hound you about it.
Go.
But these are the dogs. But maybe you need to go to the lab and do some research.
We're already in the dad joke section. We're not even there yet. We've got an extended dad joke section.
Thank you. Robin is giving me a slow clap.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. It is hot, but
when it rains a lot, there's some poodles on the floor. Is that what puddles? Oh, okay, I'll stop.
You guys, I gotta tell you, it's been nice having been away for a couple of days. Previous to this recording, I was actually up in New Hampshire officiating a wedding for a member of our church, but Andy, you know them as well. They live in our neighborhood, the Downward family. The oldest son, Danny, got married. He lives in New Hampshire now with his beautiful bride, and it was a really cool experience, literally cool. It was about 75 degrees and up in the mountains there, and just a really nice time away. And it really got me thinking, and I posed the question to you guys just right off the bat of our pod, when it comes to like vacation season, kind of what's your go-to? Where is the ideal kind of restful place?
Restful for me is something where there is some nature and where there are some books and where I can be with my loved ones as well. So this summer we're going to Colorado. By the time this is launched, this episode, I'll be back. Temperature there has a high next week of like 75. So it kind of drops down to the 40s, 50s.
Oh, perfect.
The air's going to be kind of thin, but the views are going to be very beautiful. And lots of mountains. You both know that I'm a big fan of sunsets and sunrises and catching those on my phone. And so I will be doing that with some mountain scenes. And that's very restful.
At that higher elevation, you might have to stay up past your bedtime to get the sunset, because it doesn't, I believe in the summertime, it doesn't set until like after 9 o'clock. So
does the elevation affect
Or
that,
what
or the...
He's not going to Alaska.
We're going to make ourselves sound really dumb in a minute.
Yeah, I
But
better.
I don't think the sun changes if you're any higher. I think it changes if you're in a different, like, time zone kind of thing. So I think there will be a different time, obviously. But I think the time zones means that it will still be.
Roughly.
Okay.
I'm a little...
We are
Did
sounding
you go
really
to Florida
dumb.
public school?
I did, and I took some geography classes, but apparently it did not sink in.
No, but what's going to be interesting is the altitude. I remember we went to Breckenridge just after we got married 23 years ago, and we were staying at this home with Tracy's family, and I don't think we were the youngest, but we kind of said, we'll take the upstairs room, and grabbed the suitcases, ran up the stairs, and almost died because the air was so thin I could hardly breathe. So we've got to watch that. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get my sunsets at the same time the sun sets.
You'll get it when the sun sets. Every day, whatever that is. That's great. Well, that'll be fun. What about you, Robin, quickly? What's your go-to vacation locale, restful location?
I like to be in a city.
Okay.
New York, Tokyo, Seoul, one of those.
Okay. World traveler, you. That's awesome. There was a commercial not too long ago. I think it was for credit cards, and yeah, there was a girl about your age and stage of life that was like city hopping around.
If that credit card wants to sponsor me, go to those places.
There you go. Perfect. I'm anywhere with family's good for me. I would say I'm active. I want to be for me, restful actually means like going and immersing myself in a new place, wherever that is. I get restless if I'm just kind of sit somewhere for too long.
Right.
I want to get moving and hike or just explore, just kind of see what's around. Very good. Well, like I said, I was up in New Hampshire. I was by myself, but I am going to be spending a lot of time with family, as Andy, you are as well, in Colorado. And so why don't we just go ahead? Let's take the leap and let's do it. Let's talk.
I was wondering what the transition was going to be, Robin.
It's family. It's family
time with family.
Yep.
Family equals dad. Dad equals dad jokes.
There you go, dad jokes. Now, before you get to your new prop, and listener, if you're newer to the pod, you'll note that last episode, Andy received a gift from his loving, caring, thoughtful children titled Dad Jokes, the Priceless Edition. And so he is flipping through with anticipation and giddiness and joy, different jokes that
I
he
know
could
Robin's
read.
on the edge of her seat.
Oh, she's
just
ready.
for a big, deep belly laugh.
He just looks so happy with that book.
He does. He's like a little kid.
It's a contagion.
All right, once again, let's let Drew go first.
Okay. Well,
so he can tell his jokes.
But before we get there, let me quickly say that over the last time we met, my mom actually shared an article with me that I'm going to share with you all as well as the pod. There was an article written from some website called Betting Blog, whatever that is, about and it rates by state the most dad joke obsessed states. So they did like a 1 to 5 rating, and the higher the rating number means the higher likelihood of dad jokes, and that like enjoyable dad jokes that people will appreciate the jokes for what they are. So I don't really know how they did this research or how many people they polled, but here you go, just a couple of quick stats. So tied for the lowest rank, meaning these folks just don't find dad jokes funny or appealing. Mississippi and Oregon. Yeah.
Really?
2 very different places. They ranked a 2.20 out of 5.
Wow, for liking
dad jokes. Florida was not much higher. We're on the lower end as well. We were at 2.79.
You know, if Florida doesn't like dad jokes, that would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
Probably why our ratings and
Yeah,
numbers
here we
haven't
are
gone
pushing
up.
this section.
Do you want to know the highest?
I do, because we should move there.
Yeah, for real. That's right. The highest approval for dad jokes is the state of Pennsylvania. Yeah, just something about the Northeast, just sensibilities. I don't know. There you go. So,
Interesting.
and then Andy, you said the most popular phrase in different states.
Dadism.
Or dadism, yeah. The hey, I'm hungry. Oh, nice to meet you, hungry. I'm dad. That's very popular in the Northeast.
Yeah, I don't say that. I do kind of cringe when I do hear other people say.
Now, in Florida, I've heard this one, especially in a church context where people typically are listening to sermons for quite a while, and there's like a lot of just listening and taking information in. So I'm not sleeping. I'm just resting my eyes.
Oh, resting my eyes. That's a big dad phrase.
That's a big dad phrase. That's number 1 for Florida. There you go. Well, maybe we could share on our socials the more in-depth analysis of dad jokes. But all right, Andy, I'm ready. I've got my 2 dad jokes for the week here. First one, Robin, I'm afraid for our dear friend, the calendar.
Why?
Its days are numbered.
Hey, there
The
we
delivery
go.
was okay with that one. All right, here we go. Number two. This one's another month kind of calendar related thing. I didn't mean to do this, but it just kind of fell that way. All right, if April showers bring May flowers. You guys have heard of that phrase? If April showers bring May flowers?
Yes.
Then what do May flowers bring?
What?
They bring over pilgrims. May flowers.
Oh, yeah.
There's a residual Independence Day joke. All right.
America.
Andy?
America.
Go ahead.
All right. Are you ready? I'm going to open the book. I saw a bunch of batteries gathered around in a circle. They were having an AA meeting.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I had a friend very sadly the other week whose wife left him because he didn't do enough chores around the house. He said he was devastated because he didn't do much to deserve it.
Very good, very good.
When my dad was unemployed, he used to hide money in the bushes in the garden. Ironic because he went on to become a successful hedge fund manager.
I like that one. That's good. I
Yeah,
like
I
that
like that one. All right, how many more can I do?
Do 2.
2 more, all right. Did you hear about the mechanic who fell asleep under the car? He woke up very, very oily in the morning.
I just can't get over here to smile.
Good delivery. It's good delivery.
It was
All
a
right.
delivery, okay.
Last one, he's flipping to random pages. Here we go.
Okay, random pages. And also censoring them as I go.
Yeah, good call.
My mum is a radiologist. She met my dad when he came in for an x-ray, wondering what she saw in him.
He can afford an X-ray.
Boom. There you go. The dad jokes of the week. Well, it's, as we mentioned, the dog days of summer, and we are, next time we're on, will be beginning of August, which implies the back to school kind of rush, and all that goes into back to school. We'll have, I'm sure, much more detail about things happening in Casselberry as we go back to August and school here. But Andy, just a little bit of ways of preparation and getting our folks in the community excited and optimistic about some of the things happening in Casselberry. Why don't you share about an upcoming kind of serve day event called Neighbor to Neighbor?
Yeah, the first day of school is always a big deal, right? For the kids, for the parents of those kids. And one of the things that a number of our churches have said is that we want to make that first day, first impression as strong as we can. So the Saturday before school starts on the Monday, and I believe school goes back on August 7th, we're going to break up into some teams and go and do some landscaping, weed pulling, mulch laying, cleanup work at 3 of our elementary schools here in Casselberry, so that the kids can have a great first day back. The project is called Neighbor to Neighbor because neighbors are helping neighbors, which is a big part of what we want to facilitate through the podcast. And so if anyone would like to come and join us, feel free to do so. Reach out to us at what'supcasselberry.com and we'll put you in touch with how to volunteer. But I love this project because, again, it's people helping people, it's community serving communities, and it's strengthening everything that we do.
Absolutely. And the 3 schools we'll be serving is Casselberry Elementary, Sterling Park Elementary, and English Estates Elementary. And what's fun, just a quick anecdote, we had not too long ago Mallory Lambert, the former Casselberry Elementary School principal, and one of the things I remember she said one of the years that we did this Neighbor to Neighbor serve event was that they only receive very minimal in terms of specific Seminole County funding for kind of landscape. That usually it's just a quick mow, maybe they'll spread some mulch just sort of right in the very front that's very obvious and visible. But a lot of the area around the school doesn't necessarily get detailed landscaped. And so it's really our privilege as the community to come together to beautify the school and get kids excited about going back to learn this fall. So very excited to be a part of that project. Thanks, Andy. We will be back with our very special guest.
Welcome back to the show, listeners. Our favorite part where we get to shine the spotlight on someone who is worthy of it. And our guest today certainly fits this. Her name is Kala Cromer. She is the daughter in a mother-daughter team of local business owners who run what I think is one of the coolest spaces in Casselberry. It's called We Rock the Spectrum, a children's gym right here in Casselberry. And as I was at the website and I saw some of the pictures of your place, it just looked like a lot of fun. So I think it's appropriate that we start our conversation with some fun questions before we get to the serious questions to get to know you, Kala. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
First question. I mentioned that I think that Rock the Spectrum is one of the coolest places in Casselberry. But outside of work, where do you think is one of the coolest places in Seminole County?
Well, outside of We Rock the Spectrum, we like to hang out in downtown Sanford. That's got a really cool vibe. And then my daughter swims for Patriot Aquatics, so we're always at the pool.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common. My wife was a swimmer for the Tuscaloosa Tiger Sharks.
Okay, cool.
She didn't compete against your daughter. My wife is
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
older than that, but yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to make some phone calls.
That would be an issue. My wife is
Yeah, how old is your daughter?
She's 7.
Yeah, definitely not. That's fantastic. Well, very good. So maybe another icebreaker question for you then, Caleb. I'm more of a movie guy, but Andy, who creates these questions, he's a big book reader. I need to be more like Andy in that way, for sure. If you and your, maybe even your mom included it, if you guys had a life story kind of described in a book or written in a book, maybe there's a book to be written. What would the title of the book be and why?
Probably like exhaustion. No, no, I think this
It'll be like half a sentence on
Yeah.
the chapter because you just put the pen down.
No, just a great adventure. This is such a great part of our lives, and we're in a new season, like you said, and it's definitely a great adventure that we're on. So our next adventure.
Next adventure. I like it because there's always something ahead, something
There's
to
always.
to lead and live for.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, final kind of icebreaker question. Talk about icebreakers and something cool. We've talked about the pool, also something cool. I think you can tell a lot about a person by the type of ice cream that they like. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor is Oreo cheesecake.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, Brewster's makes Oreo cheesecake, and I have to admit, I have a little ping on my phone every once in a while when they make it, and I'm like, oh, we gotta go to Brewster's tonight. Oreo cheesecake.
There's a notification you get on your phone.
Yeah,
How
from
does-
their app.
Wow, I gotta get that app.
Yeah,
Oreo cheesecake.
Uh-huh.
Those are my two favorite food groups.
it's very good.
That's great.
That sounds fantastic. Very good. Well, Kayla, as we mentioned, you run and operate along with your mother, Lori. We rock the Spectrum Gym. And this gym is a sensory-based gym on the corner of 436 and Oxford Road, right in that old-time Pottery Plaza. My wife and I are often looking for stuff. We have little kids at home and looking for stuff to do. And not too long ago, it popped up that there's a kids' gym right down the road from us. So give us just a little bit of the origin of when the gym started.
Drew first went there because he thought he could handle a kid gym level.
Exactly, yes. The kid gym level toys. Why did you decide to
The
open?
weights were about his, those little
that it?
beanie babies were about his lift.
You're a mess.
We just really wanted to revitalize the area. We have some strong ties in Casselberry. I used to live here when I went to school at UCF, and we found a really amazing group in the management company in our in Oxford Plaza, Oxford Square, and they have been amazing. They helped us with a lot of the build out, so it just kind of felt right and fell together. It was about a 1.5-year process looking for the perfect location, and we were told no by a lot of places. They didn't want any kids gyms in their area or anything with special needs, which I thought was very sad, and I didn't really want to even deal with it, because if you didn't want me there, then
Sure.
I didn't want to be there. So, but we found a great partnership with the management company, and then the area's looking so good. They painted the area. There's almost every single storefront is taken now, so I think it's really been really good for Casselberry and the area.
Well, I was going to comment, Kayla, that it's also directly across the street from Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
And so to me, what better way, burn some energy with your children on a hot summer day at We Rock the Spectrum Gym, and then you go across the street and you get
Right.
a treat from Chick-fil-A. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just a great day. All the
So
way
it's
around.
kind of calorie neutral at the end of the
There
day.
you go.
Is that what you're saying? That's funny. Well, that's good to hear, because one of the things that we love about the city of Casselberry is how inviting they are, and they work very hard in terms of code and permitting,
Yes.
and some of the business owners to kind of fill the space, but fill the space with good things as well. And so thrilling to hear that. But tell us a little bit more about the vision behind Rock the Spectrum. What's unique about what you do?
Well, the biggest thing is we are a space where kids can be themselves. Parents don't have to be uptight or worried about what might happen. If somebody, melts down, it's totally fine. There's a space, there's a calming room specifically for kids who need a break, or, if you just need a minute to calm down or kind of gather yourself together. No one is going to, judge you or anything. All the parents really kind of help each other too, which is really nice. So that's kind of the best thing about our gym. We've had a lot of parents kind of feel the energy when they walk in, and then kind of take a back step and say, oh my God, I didn't realize that it was going to be the way this is. I feel so much at home here. And that's kind of really what we wanted to do in this. It's a franchise, but we wanted our space to be like a second home. And I think we found that in certain different things, and people keep coming back because kids love it. The parents really love it.
Yeah, let me lean into that idea of home for a minute. So it's not you and your mom running this together, which is just a cool thing in and of itself, unique. I'm assuming there's some probably really good days and then maybe some family squabbles, which is natural as well. My wife and I joke like we could never work together because we would just do better independently than coming together about our day. But I love that you have that dynamic of coming together. Maybe describe a little bit about just the motivation behind the safe spaces, the quiet spaces. What specifically excited you guys about the uniqueness of a Spectrum gym, and maybe explain more what that means.
Yeah, so we have multiple different locations in our gym. So we have a sensory area, we have a Lego pit, we have 2 trampolines, one very large one small one we added for like the toddlers. We have a toddler area, arts and crafts, zip line, rock wall, a huge swing apparatus. So we just felt that having all of these different pieces in the gym, a lot of different kids' gyms, they don't have the open play all day kind of structure where you can come for 2 hours and play with your kids and then you can leave and come back a different day or whatever. But a lot of different places, they close mainly for classes or things like that, and we liked the ability to just come and hang out, and the different kids can do different things. I think a lot of our guests really like the fact that their kids can last the 2 hours because it's not all jumping or it's not all physical. They can come and they can do some arts and crafts and slow down, and they can take a couple minutes and maybe play doctor or whatever, and then they can go back and jump and things like that. So a lot of the parents really liked that ability to be able to last longer in the playtime. So we really liked that concept, and just the concept of being able to just kind of come and be yourself. Yeah, it's always going back to not having to say you're sorry for having a meltdown or needing time to kind of regroup. This is specifically designed for kids and adults to regulate themselves. And I think we do a really good job of helping the kids get there. And if the parents need a minute, they can go take a minute and we can take over and watch the kids too. So it's been a really good partnership that way.
I love that. We were talking before we hit record about how great it would to have an adult version of this. But I'm wondering maybe you could rent out the cry room just for half an hour and sign me up for a couple of sessions, because that sounds great.
Yeah.
But at We Rock the Spectrum, you're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, fun environment that fosters learning, exploration, and safe sensory experiences. Tell us why it's essential to provide these safe sensory experiences for children.
Because if you're safe, if you feel safe, then you feel safe to explore your environment, you feel safe to take chances. And so if you aren't always having to watch your back or being told no, not do something, then you're able to kind of be yourself and take those chances to learn and to grow and to, do the monkey bars and nobody's watching you, and it's okay if you fall, or, climbing the rock wall maybe a little bit today, or tomorrow you're going to go a little bit higher. So even have some kids who can barely get in the door one day, and then maybe the next time they come around the corner. Right. And then eventually they're coming in and they're running and their moms are like, wait a minute, and they're like, man, Sam knows what he's doing, or, Cassie knows where she's going, So it's really fun to see that kind of growth with the kids.
It sounds very much like you are aware of kind of the community in which we operate. I'm guessing you have some either passes or you have reoccurring guests on a regular basis.
Yeah, we have new people every single day, but we have our regulars, and all of our check-in counters and stuff is all based on the kids' names. So we don't know any adults' names, but we're always like, hey, so-and-so, hey, David, how you doing today? And I think it's nice for the parents to kind of see that we remember the kids' names and we know the families, and we know, oh, so-and-so, he doesn't like the barn, so we're going to take the barn as soon as we see him, or we're going to put the lollipops away for so-and-so, and just kind of make it safe for that kid.
That's fun. You mentioned so many different areas and experiences there in your gym. From feedback from parents and all, what would you say is like either the most unique or most like talked about part of the gym?
I think some parents who have multiple age groups of kids, they like being able to bring everybody. We have stuff for 5 months old, and we have stuff for 10-year-olds. So, and everybody can play together and everybody can learn from each other. And a lot of parents have commented, we continually come back because there's something for all of my kids. And so they don't tire out quickly, and they want to stay, and they want to come back. So I think that's been the main thing, that we make sure that we have a little bit of everything for everybody. And then, you always see the little kids go play with the big kids and vice versa. And we have a lot of little big kids who like to play in the toddler area. So there's some nostalgia there with like the toddler toys and things like that. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing that we've noticed.
As I was looking through your website, Kayla, I saw this statement that made me think, and it's always a good thing because I don't think enough often, but the statement was that you wanted to give parents a place where they never have to say, I'm sorry. What do you mean by that?
We mean that you don't have to apologize for your kid being your kid. If they're having a meltdown or they're having a moment or, you're having a moment, you don't have to stop and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Just be yourself, be who you are, kind of help regulate your child, and we'll move on. We'll help you with that. I'll give you some tools to help with that. And if you need a break, like I said before, excuse yourself for a minute and we'll take over. Sometimes it just takes one of us, to just come in and redirect and play and do different things, and the kids kind of get up and move on. But you never have to come in and apologize for who you are.
I love that. I mean, I think when my kids were little and they're kind of in the upper ages of teens now, you'd fly in an airplane, right, and have a little meltdown moment, as kids do, as
correct.
Normal, healthy kids
Yes,
do.
right.
And you find yourself, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Kind of walk in the same in a restaurant, too. And so I love that that's kind of a place, hey, whatever happens here, happens
it's totally
here,
fine.
and it's okay.
So Kayla, as we get close to wrapping up here, what would you say? It seems like things are going well. We obviously are optimistic and hopeful for you and your mom and the business that it continues to grow and thrive. Summertime, people are in and out. I'm sure there's things in the fall. What are your maybe future hopes for the business as we move ahead?
Yeah, we just want to continue to grow and, fit the needs of the community. We want to build our classes. We want to build, social skills groups and things like that as we move forward. We're already running camps, which has been great for some people who, we opened in March, so that was kind of like that tail end of everyone going into camps
Making
for the
summer
summer.
plans,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's been nice for people to be able to be like, hey, you have some room? Yeah, we have room for you. Come on in. So we have camps and parents' night out events that we're currently running. We want to add classes and different social skills sections and just maybe parents groups. Maybe you need to just kind of come and decompress.
Oh, I do.
No kids.
Like I said, you tell me where and when.
And meet some people that are of your same. Maybe you have, you have a kid with autism, you have a kid with autism, you don't know each other, but you meet at the gym. Maybe this is a place for you to, come and kind of decompress together and kind of explain that you're not alone. You have people, just reach out and continue. So we want to be that for the community.
I love that you're building relationships, and relationships are key to so much,
Absolutely.
especially raising healthy kids as well. We are running out of time. A couple of quick questions. If you were given a magic megaphone that could speak into the life of every parent who has young children for 30 seconds, what would you tell them?
You're not alone. You don't have to be alone. You need to reach out and build your tribe because it takes everybody. It takes your experiences and your experiences as parents, and maybe it's something that I haven't thought of. And so just reach out, and if you need help, come find us. We meet people every day that have the same, concerns and issues, and we can get you where you need to go, and we can help with that. So build those relationships.
I love that answer, and I love your passion behind that answer as well. And so, join the dots for us. How can people connect with you? How can they find out more about the gym? How can they connect with what you're doing there?
Absolutely. We always say come and find us on Facebook and Instagram. Our tag is WRTS North Orlando. That's where you can find all of our current hours, what specials we're running, what classes we'll be doing or special events. And then, of course, our website, and just stop by.
I love it. You guys are such a blessing to our community. One of the things that Drew and I like to talk about in the context of why we do this podcast is we want to bring people together.
Absolutely.
And to do that, we want to highlight groups that are doing that as well. And you would certainly be at the top of that list.
Awesome. Thank you.
And so thank you so much for not just your time today. I realize you're a busy lady with lots going on, but thank you for what you're doing to strengthen the sense of community in our community, not just for parents, but for this next generation as well. Because I think if we can get it right at this early childhood level, then that bodes well for the next generation.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for joining us today, Kayla.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Wow, Andy, that was such a fantastic conversation with Kayla. Thank you, Kayla, from We Rock the Spectrum Gym. We will be sure to check that out, and we hope many of our listeners do as well. Appreciate the work you're doing in bettering our community. Well, Kayla shared some really cool anecdotes and interesting tidbits about their vision and mission that were quite inspiring. And so, Andy, would you close out another episode of the podcast, giving our listeners something else to be inspired about?
You bet I would. We've spoken about how school is going back soon, and so came across this great quote on teaching and learning and lessons, and it's from Vernon Sanders Law, which I know sounds like a company, but it is a person. He says this: experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first and the lesson after. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first and the lesson afterwards. You know, as I hear that, I realize that that's one of the ways we become wise, right? We make mistakes, we fail, we fall, we stumble, but it's in that stumbling that we learn the lessons. I know all of us would rather learn from someone else's experience or in another way, but sometimes the best teacher really is from the mistakes that we make. So I'm not giving you permission to go and make a ton of mistakes and do some stupid stuff, but we all do. And when you do, give yourself some grace, but also make sure that you don't waste that mistake and that you learn the lessons that that mistake offers to gain wisdom and to gain experience. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first and then the lesson afterwards. Thank you, Vernon Sanders Law, for that word of wisdom.
Very good, Andy, and thank you, listener, for enjoying and listening and learning a lesson about quality time, which is found in this podcast. Every episode, we hope that you have enjoyed, and we hope you would share this with a friend. If you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe button on the podcast platform there. You can check out more of who we are, our podcast partners, past episodes, all at our website, which is whatsupcasselberry.com. You can also check out our Facebook and Instagram page with the same title, What's Up Casselberry. And thank you to producer Robin for producing today's episode. Thank you to Andy, my co-host. And we hope you, listener, have a wonderful